Hello, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss our latest videos. Today, we're diving into the chilling mystery of the Zodiac Killer, a case that has baffled investigators for over half a century. We'll be decoding this serial murder mystery, exploring the cryptic messages left by the killer, and discussing the latest breakthroughs in the case. So, buckle up, hit the like button if you're ready, and let's unravel the enigma of the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is a name that sends chills down the spine, a moniker for an unidentified and infamous serial killer who terrorized the San Francisco Bay Area in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The name Zodiac originated from a series of taunting letters and cryptograms sent by the killer to the local press. These letters included 4 cryptograms, of which only one has definitively been solved. The Zodiac himself claimed to have murdered 37 victims, but investigators agree on only 7 confirmed victims, 2 of whom survived. These victims were attacked in Benicia, Vallejo, Lake Berryessa, and San Francisco between December 1968 and October 1969. The killer targeted young couples, with the exception of one man shot to death in his taxi. Despite the fear and extensive manhunt, the Zodiac Killer was never caught, turning this case into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the annals of American crime. The case remains open in some jurisdictions, and the fascination with this unsolved mystery endures. Let's delve deeper into the enigma that is the Zodiac Killer. One of the most chilling aspects of the Zodiac Killer's reign of terror was his communication with the press. The killer sent a series of letters and cryptograms to newspapers in the San Francisco Bay Area, taunting authorities and claiming more victims. These letters were signed with a distinctive symbol, a circle with a cross through it, which came to be associated with the Zodiac Killer. The first Zodiac letter arrived at the offices of 3 different newspapers on August 1, 1969. In these letters, the killer took credit for 2 recent murders and included 1/3 of a 408-symbol cryptogram, which he claimed contained his identity. He demanded they be printed on the front page of the newspapers, threatening more killings if his demands were not met. The newspapers complied, and the cryptogram was published. The cryptograms added an extra layer of terror and intrigue to his crimes. Of the 4 cryptograms sent, only one has been definitively solved. This 408-symbol cryptogram, cracked by a school teacher and his wife, spoke of killing for the thrill of it, but did not reveal the killer's identity as promised. The letters and cryptograms kept coming, with the Zodiac Killer claiming responsibility for more murders, some of which have been confirmed, while others remain dubious. The letters stopped in 1974, but the mystery they posed has kept the Zodiac Killer in the public consciousness for over half a century. Over the years, many suspects have been proposed in the Zodiac Killer case. Some were investigated and cleared, while others remain subjects of speculation and debate among true crime enthusiasts and investigators. Let's take a look at some of the most notable suspects. Arthur Lee Allen. A school teacher in Vallejo, California, Allen is perhaps the most famous suspect in the Zodiac case. He was publicly named by authorities and was the subject of several search warrants. However, despite circumstantial evidence, no definitive proof could link him to the crimes. Ross Sullivan. Sullivan was a library assistant at Riverside City College, where Sherry Jo Bates was murdered in 1966, a crime sometimes attributed to the Zodiac. Sullivan had a striking resemblance to the composite sketch of the Zodiac and had a fascination with cryptography. Richard Marshall. Marshall lived in San Francisco during the Zodiac killings and had a background in radio and electronics, which could explain the Zodiac's knowledge of ciphers. He also owned a typewriter and a teletype similar to those used to type the Zodiac letters. Lawrence Kane. Kane worked in the same Lake Tahoe hotel as Donna Lass, who disappeared in 1970 and is believed by some to be a Zodiac victim. A police officer who survived one of the Zodiac attacks identified a photo of Kane as the closest to his recollection of the attacker. Richard Gaykowski. Gaykowski lived in the Bay Area and was a newspaper reporter and editor at the time of the Zodiac killings. Some believe he had the knowledge and means to send the Zodiac letters. Despite these and many other suspects, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains unknown. The case is still open, and the search for the Zodiac continues. In a case as enduring and complex as the Zodiac Killer's, new suspects often emerge, and theories are continually revised. One of the most recent suspects to be proposed is Gary Francis Poste, an Air Force veteran who died in 2018. The claim was made by a team of investigators known as the Casebreakers. They argue that they have new physical and forensic evidence, as well as eyewitnesses, that point to Poste as the Zodiac Killer. According to them, The FBI has identified Poste as the elusive Zodiac and even has DNA evidence that could potentially link him to the crimes. Poste's life and activities seem to fit some aspects of the Zodiac profile. He was a member of the U.S. Air Force and would have had the necessary knowledge and skills to create the complex ciphers that the Zodiac used to taunt investigators and the public. However, it's important to note that these claims have been met with skepticism by some experts and law enforcement agencies. The FBI has not officially confirmed Poste's identification as the Zodiac Killer, and the evidence presented by the casebreakers is still under review. While Poste's identification as the Zodiac Killer is far from definitive, it represents another intriguing chapter in the ongoing investigation into one of America's most infamous unsolved mysteries. The casebreakers have presented several pieces of evidence that they believe link Gary Francis Poste to the Zodiac Killer. Here's a look at some of the key pieces of evidence they've put forward. Physical appearance. The casebreakers argue that Poste had scars on his forehead that matched a sketch of the Zodiac Killer. DNA evidence. The group claims to have found DNA on a hiking mat once owned by Poste and connected it to him after securing DNA from a relative of Poste's. They also claim that the FBI has a DNA sample that matches suspect Gary Francis Poste's DNA. Weapons. The group claims that the key to proving that Poste was the Zodiac Killer is the remote location where he buried the guns he used in the murders. Name in cipher. The casebreakers also argue that Poste's name fits suspiciously well in one of the Zodiac ciphers. The FBI has not confirmed the identification of Poste as the Zodiac Killer, and the evidence presented by the casebreakers is still under review. The FBI's response to the claims made by the casebreakers about Gary Francis Poste has been cautious. While the casebreakers assert that the FBI has identified Poste as the Zodiac Killer and possesses DNA evidence linking him to the crimes, the FBI has not publicly confirmed these claims. Several news outlets report that the FBI has been aware of Poste as a potential suspect since 2016, 2 years before his death. However, it's unclear what actions were taken based on this information. The FBI has not released any statements indicating that they pursued Poste as a suspect or that they have definitive DNA evidence linking him to the Zodiac crimes. The FBI's silence on the matter has led to speculation and controversy. Some believe that the FBI missed their chance to arrest Poste, while others argue that the lack of confirmation from the FBI casts doubt on the casebreakers' claims. The FBI's response, or lack thereof, adds another layer of mystery to the enduring enigma of the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer case remains one of the most enduring and perplexing mysteries in the annals of crime. Despite the passage of over half a century, the identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown, and the case continues to captivate the public imagination. The Zodiac case is not just about identifying the killer. It's also about understanding the mind of a person who could commit such heinous acts and then taunt the authorities with cryptic messages. The Zodiac ciphers, some of which remain unsolved, continue to baffle experts and fuel speculation about his motives and identity. As we continue to delve into the mystery of the Zodiac Killer, one thing is clear: the quest for answers is far from over. The Zodiac case remains open, and as long as it does, the search for the truth will continue. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror had a profound impact, not just on the victims and their families, but also on the broader public consciousness. The Zodiac's crimes and his taunting of the authorities through letters and ciphers created a climate of fear and fascination that has endured for over half a century. The Zodiac case has had a significant influence on popular culture, inspiring numerous books, films, and TV shows. The mystery surrounding the Zodiac's identity and his cryptic messages have captivated audiences and fueled countless theories and debates. The case has also had a significant impact on law enforcement and criminal profiling. The Zodiac was one of the first serial killers to receive widespread media attention, and his case highlighted the challenges of investigating serial crimes and the importance of psychological profiling in criminal investigations. Moreover, the Zodiac case has underscored the importance of code breaking in criminal investigations. The Zodiac ciphers, some of which remain unsolved, have challenged some of the best minds in cryptology and continue to be a subject of study and fascination. As we wrap up our exploration of the Zodiac Killer and the recent claims surrounding Gary Francis Poste, it's clear that the mystery of the Zodiac continues to captivate us. From the chilling ciphers to the ongoing debates about the killer's identity, the Zodiac case remains one of the most enduring and perplexing unsolved mysteries in criminal history. While the claims about Poste have added a new layer of intrigue, they also underscore the complexity and enduring nature of the Zodiac case. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of one of America's most infamous unsolved mysteries. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating explorations into the world of unsolved mysteries and true crime. And as always, stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop seeking the truth.